Guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to go over something a little different. So if that's something you're interested, stick around. We're about to get into it.
Watch out for me, I'm about to close. You better watch out for me, I'm about to close. Your boy all glowed up.
All right, guys, so today we are talking about beauty blenders, and I thought we're close to the Easter holiday, so what better product to talk about than our little beauty eggs that we love so much, that we use to beat our faces into flawlessness. So speaking of our little beauty eggs, you guys, the Beauty Bakerie, which is, as we know, well known for their packaging, which is phenomenal, and I'll put a video up here of the last time that we discussed the Beauty Bakerie, but they have a new product that's recently come out, and it's called their blending eggs. And as far as incredible packaging, this is no exception. They come in an egg carton, you guys. Shut up. Are you kidding me? This is like the cutest thing I have ever seen in the history of ever, with the exception of the little eggs that we did in a couple videos back with the eyeshadow and the highlighters inside. But this is adorable. So you get the package, it comes like this. You slide it out of its little carton here, and this little carton is hysterical. It says blending eggs on it, and then it even has like nutritional information, nutrition facts. And it says here, great when used wet, complexion smoothing, get those hard to reach areas, durable, reusable, and eco-friendly. So that's the nutritional facts that it has here on the side. Isn't that precious? And then it says the blending eggs here. I just think it's just precious. And then you actually open the box, and there's all of your little eggs all nice and neat in a row. I have one out already because I want to show you guys what one looks like damp, but you get this. And you guys, a lot of times the Beauty Bakerie, their pricing can be a little high for what the product is, but you guys, this is $18 at the Beauty Bakerie. $18 for 6 beauty blenders. Let's talk about quality, okay? So they like to call this a half dozen. So this is a half dozen Beauty Bakerie blending eggs. You get a half a dozen. And they are vegan, they're cruelty-free, they're also latex-free. So you know they're not going to be those really hard beauty blenders that don't expand, that you get like at the dollar store, and then you're like, oh man, this is one of the bad ones. These are not that. So I have an actual beauty blender here. This is like the brand name beauty blender, and then this is, both of these are damp, and then this is the Beauty Bakerie sponge. So the Beauty Bakerie sponge is a little bigger, which I actually really like, and it's just as soft and it's just as squishy as the beauty blender. Having said that, the Beauty Blender is very soft, it's very squishy. This is very soft and very squishy, and it's latex free. There is a difference in this, and I've noticed that the outside of this sponge is a lot smoother, and it's a lot bouncier than, say, the Beauty Blender is. And when I started using this, and I did one side of my face with this and then one side of my face with this, just because I wanted to really look at the sponges, look at the application, and see if I could tell a difference in application. And there is a huge difference. The surface of this one, I believe, is made like that so it doesn't absorb product. This, as we all know, absorbs a ton of product. This one does not, and I really appreciate that about this particular beauty blender. It doesn't absorb a lot of product. It blows up to a huge size, and I love it. I love it. It's just as soft. It's a little more bouncier than the Beauty Blender is. And you can tell that the outside of it is a lot smoother. It's not as spongy looking as the Beauty Blender. And I believe that that outside is what really prevents product from permeating into the actual sponge. So if you're looking for a sponge that does a great job on your face and you don't want it to absorb a lot of your product, this is definitely going to be the way to go. So for the price, for the packaging, for the quality of the product, the Beauty Bakerie blending eggs are absolutely Erika approved. Next, I want to talk about a beauty blender from LA Girl Cosmetics. And as you guys know, LA Girl is definitely not a high-end cosmetics line. They're definitely more along the lines of being very, very affordable. So I was a little skeptical when I kept kind of hearing these whispers around the LA Girl blending sponge. I was like, I just don't know. But I went ahead and I bit the bullet and I went to the LA Girl website and I ordered a 2-pack. And they do come in a 2-pack. It comes in a skinny box. It's a 2-pack, and the 2-pack retails for $12. Now, in the 2-pack, you get 2 beauty blenders from LA Girl Cosmetics, and you guys. So, at first, I was like, okay, this reminds me of the Real Techniques beauty blender that they have, or beauty sponge, whatever you want to call it. But that's really inaccurate because this is softer than the Real Techniques. The way this one feels, I would describe this as a pink angled Flower Beauty sponge. And you guys already know how I feel about the Flower Beauty sponge. I feel like this is made out of the same material. It's also latex free as the Flower Beauty sponge. Now again, both of these are damp, and this is the LA Girl sponge compared to the Beauty Blender. So it's nice and big. It's very, very soft. It reminds me so much of the Flower Beauty sponge. I love this sponge. This sponge blends and feels so much better than the Beauty Blender sponge does. I've used both of these, again, this on this half of my face and this on the other, and I loved the way this performed, and I love the way it feels. It is stunning. And you get 2 of these beauties for $12. You just can't beat it. Excellent job, LA Girl. These are gorgeous, and I love them. And last but not least, Japonesque. We have discussed their brand in the past. You guys know I'm in love with their Kumidori blending sponge. They also have a regular angled blending sponge, and I found this one on Ulta's website for $9, and it looks like this, and I love this sponge as well. This one is also going to be Erika approved. The reason I love this is because it has a very, let me put it over here so you guys can see. It has a very wide, fat bottom, which I really, really like when it comes to just the wide parts of my face. I love the huge bottom on the bottom of this. So here's the Beauty Blender. And there is the Kumidori sponge. And you notice how the Kumidori sponge is just much fatter towards the bottom, and the Beauty Blender is much more narrow. And I love that about the Kumidori. Not only is the Kumidori sponge half the price of the Beauty Blender, it feels, this one I would say is the closest to the actual Beauty Blender feel out of all 3 of the Beauty Blenders that we've discussed this evening. This one is the closest to the actual Beauty Blender. However, I like the style of it better. I love the angle because this angle is great when it comes to setting the face and using actual powdered product. But the base of this is what makes it my favorite to actually, you know, just pounce and get those really wide areas on the face. So the Japonesque angled Beauty Blender is absolutely Erika approved, and I love it. Definitely love it more than the Beauty Blender. And last but not least is the L'Oreal Infallible Blend Artist Concealer Blender. Boy, that's a mouthful. Now, this one is like $7.99 on the Ulta website, but I love this little sponge. It works just like a Beauty Blender does, except it has the perfect point. I love the way it comes to a tip right here. I love to just put my finger right here on the back of this and use this end, and it really allows you to get get into here and into any nooks and cranny that you really need to get into. Excuse that, it's a little dirty. I haven't rushed this one, so sorry about that. But this little sucker is fantastic. I personally haven't been a big fan of the rest of the L'Oreal blenders. I know they're a huge favorite for a lot of people, but I've had some issues with them, so they wouldn't be a product that I would Erika approve, with the exception of this one. The little concealer one is fantastic. The shape of it is ingenious, and it's absolutely perfect for getting into the eyes and getting into any of those nooks and crannies that you need to get into. So this one is definitely Erika approved. All right, guys, so that is it. That is our roundup of beauty blenders. I hope you guys enjoyed going over all of these little bouncy bundles of joy. And this one is, I think, probably my favorite out of the bunch. I can't help it. It's just incredible packaging. It just sucks you right in. But seriously, for $18, you just can't beat the value. Listen, I hope everyone has a fantastic Easter. I have a lot of videos that I'm working on editing, so it's going to take quite a while to get through some of them. One of them is a get ready with me that I did with my sister, and you know, anytime I get with my sister, we just laugh and talk and cackle and carry on. So it is an absolute editing nightmare, but I'm continuing to work on that one for you guys. I will get it up as soon as I can. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new, make sure that you hit the like button. I would love to see you back. So if you don't care, you can hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified of videos every time I upload. And as always, thank you guys for spending time with me today. Happy Easter to everyone, and I will see you guys in the next video.